It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
What's going on? Early morning recording of the Sean Widmer Podcast, and that's just what we're going to be doing. So my voice is still catching up to me today. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Man, I've been trying to cut coffee out of my life, and coffee and I are just going to be fickle friends forever. I didn't like coffee forever. And then I kind of got into it, obviously working mornings at the radio station. It was free, so there's number one. Let me try to make it so the camera's not crooked. This is for Roberta. Shout out for you, trying to get that board behind me on the picture frame a little bit straighter for you. Because I know that one unstraight frames, that for me is a problem. Roberta called it out one time, and I appreciate her for that. I always love the criticism and feedback. So anyways, I fought against coffee forever, started working mornings. The coffee was free. It had caffeine. It seemed more adult and responsible than just getting a Mountain Dew at 5 o'clock a.m. And so I got into it. The problem is I need massive amounts of sugar and creamer or milk or something in my coffee to make it bearable. So it pretty much is a Mountain Dew that just tastes like coffee for me. Anyhow, I've been trying to avoid it. Every time I get into the coffee world, I think I'm allergic to it or something. My throat dies. You can hear me have to clear it there. It just dies. Coffee kills it. Something about it kills me. Then it's not like I drink it and then it just lingers for an hour. It takes over my body for an extended period of time until I purge myself of coffee. I'm gonna have to cough right now because of it. There you go. So I've got to quit it. There you go. There's a pep talk. I've got to talk about Icecream today. That's the. It's not going to be good. I've had a series of just rip on me thoughts on the podcast for the last week. I've got another one coming. But before we get to that, I've been messing around with my phone, and I got the new beta for iOS 27. Got the beta for iOS 27, and that comes with Siri. The new one. Sorry, I can't say it, or it's gonna set mine off and yours off. But it comes with, we'll just call her S or him S. It comes with a new version of S that has its own app. Now, I want to let you know I have not messed with it too much yet, but I've messed with it enough to know that the new version is super sick. And I'm really excited for it for people who are users of that functionality on your iPhone. I always want the new updates to have stuff that I'm really going to like and use. And I just feel like there hasn't been a whole lot that's rocked my world. They did the glass. If you're an iPhone user, they did the glass feature. I didn't use that at all. I didn't like it. This one rules, okay? iOS 27 is going to have features that are going to change how you use your phone forever, and that's real, and it's awesome. So this is a big one. This update's going to be awesome. I think it comes out in fall. You can get the beta for it now, but the new Siri is sick. And this is just from me using it for 10 hours. Now, it goes through, and what it's doing right now in the background of my phone is it's optimizing that functionality. It is going through my phone. It is connecting the dots. It's sending all my information to the government. They're going to come to my house and kidnap me, or whatever people are worried about when they're worried about the government watching. It's going to do that, but it's also going to optimize my phone. So it's worth the payoff for me, because what I guess it does is it will interlock names and connections between you have an email from this person, you have a text from this person. So eventually with my phone, when it's done optimizing, I could talk to it and say hey, S, has Andy Gardner reached out to me about the fact that he's a 3-on-3 champion? And then I will go through all the conversations I've had with him throughout the different apps, and it will be oh yeah, on email he sent you his stat sheet where he scored 1.6 points per game, and also bragged about being the champion, even though it looks like he didn't carry his team. So it'll do that kind of stuff with it, which I appreciate. But mine hasn't optimized yet. So I've been able to use bare bones stuff. Now there's some stuff that's silly. You're going to say, well, there's already a way to do that. If you're scrolling on social media, you can tell it to take a screenshot and it will do that. I know you can just click the buttons. Very easy. So whatever. Other things it will do, if you're on a a website and there's a bunch of text you want to copy, you can now just tell it to copy the text, which is to me is so sick. So like if you're looking at a recipe and you have the ingredients, instead of having to hold your phone and like try to get the things to work, you can just tell it to copy the text on the screen and it will do that. So I think that's awesome. Little things like that. So there's a lot of these things that I think as I mess with it more over the next week, if there's cool stuff that I find, I want to talk about it on the podcast because I think this is going to be the biggest phone update we've had in maybe in the 2020s. That's real. It's now treating it more like ChatGPT, where it saves your conversations with Siri. So if you have a lot of the conversations, it will like you can talk to it more like an AI bot, and then it will save those conversations in its own dedicated app. So you can go back through and be like, oh, I was trying to figure out the rules to Monopoly and like learn about Monopoly, and I had this conversation. It didn't just go away. I can now go back and access that conversation and even get back into it, or look at what the research was found if I had Siri look stuff up on the internet for me. So it's cool, man. It's really cool. But the one thing that Ryan Ferguson and I have been waiting for works. And when we were talking about it yesterday, we said, look, all these innovations they're bringing to the table sound cool. But there is something that we have tried to do for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years that it has not been able to accomplish, and it's driven us crazy. And now it does it. So when you say, hey, S, right? And a lot of times what I use it for is to send a text message. And so, tell Mike I'll be over at his house in 20 minutes. And it'll say, I'll be over at your house in 20 minutes. One of the things it has not been able to do is to like have you talk to it and then turn your request into a message. It just regurgitates what you say. So if I was to say, hey, S, ask Mike if he wants to meet up for dinner at 7:45 tonight. A couple things would have happened there. The text that it would make would say, let's see, I said, ask Mike if it would say, right after I said Mike, it would start the message. The message that would be sent was, if you want to go to dinner, and then it would stutter how I stuttered to tomorrow night at 7:30, right? And that's the message that was sent. Now, man, I'm telling you, this coffee is killing me. I'm sorry. But now what it will do is it will take in what you said and it will build a text, which is all that Ryan and I have wanted it to do. So instead, now you tell it to do that. Hey, ask Ian if he wants to go play pickleball tomorrow night. It will now formulate a text that says, hey, Ian, do you want to go play pickleball tomorrow night? Or it'll just say, do you want to go play pickleball tomorrow night? But it won't go word for word for what you said if you give it the idea of a text message. I love it. I'm excited about it. Ryan and I have been begging for this feature forever. I know it's so dumb and so little, but when you've tried to use something for so long and it hasn't worked, Ryan's big one was he every morning makes his wife a coffee, and some days she wants one, some days she doesn't. And he was like, I'm so frustrated because I just want to talk to Siri like it's my friend. And he's like, hey, ask my wife if she wants a coffee this morning. And then it would send a message, if you want a coffee this morning. Now, Ryan's going to wake up today and he's going to be able to look at his phone and go, hey, ask my wife if she wants a coffee today. And that message is going to say, hey, do you want a coffee today? Oh, man, we're back. We're in it. So new series here. I'm going to dig through it a little bit, and I'm excited about it. I think you should be excited about it if you're an iPhone user. There you go. Real quick talks about Icecream. I got to look at this text message real quick. Hang on. I'm letting friends over. Oh, Huck's going to have a play date? Oh, okay. Oh, I love that. My older son has hit the age where like he actually has friends now. It's great. I love it. And he's coming into his own. He's really coming into his own. And so it was fun. Like last night we had this will lead into the ice cream discussion. Last night we had a meetup because I don't know what it is about the school my kids go to, but they want to do stuff so much, but it also is stuff that you have to be at. I want to treat school like daycare or like a babysitter. that also educates my children. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved. Is that too hard for me to ask? It's like sports. If I'm taking my kid to sports, and there's a coach there, I want to just take my kids to sports. And maybe if I want to stay and watch practice, because I like watching my kids play sports, I can stay and watch, but I don't want to like have to come out and run drills. I've also coached so much in my life. I'm done doing it. So, I'm just like, school. Here's my kid. Teach them, enjoy it. But I don't know what it is. The school that my kids go to, it's like, we've got an ice cream get together on, what was it, Wednesday night at 7 or 6 o'clock. Bring your kids. I'm like, I'll bring my kids if I can just leave them there. And then my wife and I could go for an hour and get dinner together. Just the two of us, grown-up talk. That'd be awesome. But nope. Come on in and watch your own kid, but watch them while they're in chaos. So that was great. It was really fun. But Huck's now at the age where he will, instead of just kind of going to a spot and being by himself and just kind of working through a situation alone, he's now actively engaging with other kids. And that whole concept of like, oh, we can play together is working, and it's very fun to watch. So, as much as I complain about it, my complaint still stands. I don't want to be there. But I did like seeing him make some friends, play with some kids, cause pure havoc in this ice cream shop, and it was great. Anyhow, I've realized something with ice cream, and this is just a me problem, I think, and I'm willing to talk about it. And you guys can rip me all you want, and that's fine. But this is just the reality. I really enjoy ice cream, but I feel like I'm not allowed to say that I enjoy ice cream because I really, really enjoy ice cream. And then I'll talk to somebody who says ice cream is their favorite. And every time this has happened throughout my life, Spokane, Lexington, wherever, when I say the ice cream I like, I immediately am met with angry judgmental eyes from the ice cream expert. And it would have happened again last night. We went to this place called Grater's here in Lexington. And I've been told that this is the best ice cream. Okay, this is great ice cream. Now, there's a couple places in Lexington we've been to for ice cream. And the only difference I ever am able to tell at an ice cream place is what flavors they have. Baskin-Robbins has 31 of them. And I feel like Baskin-Robbins strawberry ice cream is pretty standard compared to all the other, like the Grater's one we went to, this place called Crank Boom that's in Lexington we went to. One thing I don't like with my ice cream, I don't need a lot of stuff in it. I don't want a lot of things in it. So if I get a strawberry ice cream, I don't want your chunks of strawberry trying to convince me that you made all of that ice cream with real strawberry. That drives me crazy. Like, I know it's a chemical compound. I know it's all fake flavoring. You don't need to try to like trick my brain to go, wait a second, this strawberry ice cream has annoying chunks in it, but they're strawberry. So they probably made this out of only strawberry and milk. No, come on. I'm not that dumb. So I'm not a big fan of like a lot of stuff in it unless it's something where it has stuff in it. So if it's called Rocky Road has stuff in it. A peanut butter or a mint chocolate chip has stuff in it. There are certain things you order, it has the chunks. But if I'm ordering a strawberry ice cream, I just want strawberry, okay? If it's chocolate, I just want chocolate. If it's chocolate with chunks, I want it to be called chocolate chunk. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. We went last night. I was super excited. I don't know why I get excited. Someone had told me, I think it was Derek at my work, he was like, Grater's is awesome. And he's an ice cream guy, ice cream aficionado. I didn't notice anything different about their ice cream. It was just ice cream. It was great. But their flavors had a lot of different flavors. And here's where I'm going to lose credibility to a lot of you, but just deal with it. This is a flavor I like. Okay, judge the flavors I like. That's fine. My favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry's way up there. I love strawberry. But if I go into an ice cream place and it has bubble gum, I have liked that since I was a child. And it's weird because there's a lot of things I liked as a kid I have outgrown, right? I've outgrown a lot of TV shows, a lot of styles of TV shows. I've outgrown like board games that I used to like as a kid that I'm like, oh, that was a dumb board game. There's foods that I've outgrown where as a kid I really liked them and I've had them as an adult. I'm like, how did I ever like eating that or drinking that? And so you have all these things you outgrow in your life. You like them at a certain age, and then as you get older, the palate changes, your interests change, stuff changes. For some reason, it never clicked with me with bubblegum ice cream. I liked it when I was 6. I love it when I'm 44. And that to me is how I decide whether or not an ice cream place is great, is if they have bubblegum ice cream. And I've not found a single spot in Lexington that has it. So I don't know if it's just gone, but Grater's didn't have it. And so Grater's is just a normal ice cream place to me. I can go get a strawberry ice cream. They had a banana that I would like to try at some point, but there was nothing crazy about it. Okay. I would love to keep talking about this, but I have a timing issue today because I have the notification on my phone that my son just woke up. So I've got to go deal with him. Thanks for listening. Go to the comments on YouTube, youtube.com/Bomarooski. Hit me with how dumb I am about liking bubblegum ice cream. Tell me what the best ice cream place in Lexington is or in the world. Tell me what flavors an actual adult likes. And if you are messing with the new Siri, let me know what features you've found that are awesome. All right, talk to you later. See ya.